Magandang hapon po sa atin lahat, sa mga kababayan natin sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao at mga kababayan nating OFW sa buong mundo. We continue to pray for all of you and we continue to work to resolve yung present day challenges. Let me start po with a verse that tells us that we die because of lack of knowledge. Nasa Bible po yan, and although ang context nun is that how can you have eternal life kung hindi mo alam ang Diyos o kilala ang Diyos o ang salita ng Diyos? You can apply this verse to everyday life, di ba? But siguro yung iba ang sasabihin anong difference ng knowledge at saka wisdom. A simple Google search will tell you that knowledge is more of the information o yung facts. But yung wisdom is yung how do you apply that knowledge or apply that information to make good decisions or yung judgment, no? So that's what I want to talk about today in relation to yung Bayanihan to heal as one law in relation to defeating COVID-19, no? So remember po, sa batas may oversight committee at bubuuin namin yan soon. Pero to support the committee, ang gagawin po natin, lahat ng existing committees ng Kongreso with consultation with our members, no, will be the subcommittees ng Defeat COVID-19 Committee para makapasok lahat ng input sa iba-ibang aspeto, sa economic, sa health, sa peace and order. So let me give you a background. When we were called in last Saturday sa Malacanang, doon muna sa nagtatanong, opo, naka-self-quarantine po kami ni Congresswoman Lani, praying na mapagtsagaan niya ako for 14 days. Medyo totoo, nainip po kami at gusto namin lumabas at gusto po namin tumulong. But our first duty parate is wag makahawa sa iba. So since we were exposed dahil may isang hardworking na kongresista na nag-test positive na nakasama namin both Saturday and halos 24 hours Monday or maybe mga 16 hours Monday na una umuwi ng konti sa amin. So susunod kami, kaya halos kaming dalawa lang ni Lani ang magkasama for 14 days, no? So but that doesn't mean that we cannot work, and nagpapasalamat ako sa lahat ng kongresista, lalo kay Deputy Speaker El Rey, kay Sec Gen Joel at Deputy Sec Gen Brian, nakausap ko daily, at of course kay Mayor Lino dito sa Taguig and kay Lani, no? So going back, before we got called in nung Saturday, sinabi na syempre sa amin yung topic na naghahanap ang gobyerno ng mahigit 200 billion para dun sa 18 million families na magkaroon ng 5 to 8,000 pesos per month. So that's 200 billion. And then 75 to more para dun sa ibang mga kailangan ng gobyerno. Kasama dyan yung PPEs, yung testing kits, yung preparasyon, no, ng gobyerno. And let me make it clear, no? The objective was to find the money for the immediate necessities. So kung ano ang kailangan na ngayon, ma-identify yung pera at magamit sa tamang programa, pero hindi maapektuhan ang overall economic situation natin at yung fiscal position natin. So there is life after corona, the new coronavirus or COVID-19. Ako naniniwala dyan. Ako naniniwalang maganda plano ng Diyos, dumadaan tayo sa pagsubok, no? But may life after this. So the economic managers have to focus on the immediate relief na kailangan natin, pero make sure then that after this, hindi rin naman mamatay sa gutom o mawalan ng trabaho ang ating mga kababayan, no? So ang discussions namin doon, more of na habang yung batas ipapasa ng last Monday, sila ina-identify na nila saan makukuha yung pera. So for example, they were saying may mga GOCCs na almost until 100 billion makukuha at magagamit, no? And then sa national government, sa JA, another 100 billion, and then we went up to 275 billion. So kami naman, tandaan nyo po, maraming mga kongresista, naging governor, naging mayor, naging barangay captain. Ako po, nagsimula ako sa konsehal. And remember, we do work with governors, mayors, aside from the cabinet. So we wanted to share our knowledge sa distribution. So even nung Saturday before that, I shared actually yung Taguig model. And that's the two things I want to talk to you about today, no? Yung one, yung distribution. Tanggalin natin mga technicalities. Sino at paano makuha po yung tulong ng gobyerno. Secondly po, yung pong communication, no? So distribution and communications, no? So sa distribution po muna, sinimplify po ni Secretary Abisado at Secretary Sunny Dominguez po, no? If you have almost 25 million Filipino families or 24 million plus, no? The 6.6 million po dyan ay nasa formal sector. Ibig po sabihin yan yung may trabaho, nagbabayad po ng personal or business na income tax, may SSS po yan, may GSIS. So unang-una po, you're not supposed to lay off people, no? So may sweldo pa rin dapat and may mga savings din yan. So iba ang programa sa kanila and we're working with the companies at papasok dyan mamaya yung economic stimulus plan para dyan. Pero paano po yung part po ng ekonomiya na either self-employed, walang trabaho, or no work, no pay, no? So, 18 million Filipinos dito po papasok. 18 million Filipino families po. 18 million Filipino families, no? So, sa 4.4 million families that napapaloob sa unconditional cash transfer, conditional cash transfer, wala pong problema kasi itatap up lang yan, no? O kumbaga sa cellphone, ilo-load lang. So, yung 5 to 8,000 pesos po, idadagdag sa present manner ng distribution dun sa 4.4 million families na under conditional cash transfer. So dun po sa 13.6 million na hindi under conditional cash transfer, maraming question dyan kung paano ipaabot sa kanila. So ang sinuggest po namin ay house to house, isa-isahin. Bakit po? Kasi traditionally, paano ba nag-ano ng relief? bibigyan mo ng stub o ng papel, di ba? Na may number o may pangalan yung pamilya. And then ipatatawag sa isang public place na gym at doon i-distribute, no? So in the traditional way, unang-una, may malalaking crowd. And naka-community quarantine nga tayo eh. So the less people na magkita-kita and kung pwede nga, walang bagong tao pumasok sa mga barangay, the better for the health situation. So ibabalansin natin both the health situation and the challenges to keep us healthy by quarantine, and ibabalansin natin din yung economic relief na kailangan para may makain naman ng mga tao at may pambili ng gamot, no? So yung house-to-house model, meron kang representatives. Unang-una may pulis na kasama kasi yan po ay pera. So, daan libo, milyon din po ang dala niyan. Okay. Secondly po, yung LGU. Kasi yan po ang magiging katuwang, maging DSWD, DOLE o kung ano man mga sa gobyerno, yung LGU. When I say LGU, pwedeng the city, municipality, or the provincial government. So, third yung barangay. So, although LGU din barangay, siya naman yung nandun sa lugar. Yung fourth representative na aming pong propose, yung pong either Homeowners Association or yung Urban Poor Association o kung sino man NGO, mismo dun sa lugar, no? And fifth, kung gusto magpadala ng representative yung kongresista para ma-assure nga na bawat pamilya sa kanilang lugar ay nabibigyan, this way, walang mistrust with each other, no? So we want to address three things. Una, speed. Paano ba pinakamabilis na makakarating sa inyo ang resources? Number two, we want to address safety or health. What's the least contact possible para nga hindi magkahawaan or we don't introduce a new person into a quarantined area. And number three, how do we address mistrust? Yung pong merong hindi nabigyan o kaya akala ninakaw o kaya hindi sigurado dun sa amount, no? So although again, knowledge dapat ma-post kung paano to gagawin at kung magkano ibibigay per region, that will go into the communication. I'll focus muna sa distribution. So dun sa team na sinabi ko, yung limang tao lang yon. So for example, no, Metro Manila, let's say Quezon City, Manila, San Juan, Taguig. So let's say pera ng DSWD at 8,000 per family. So kung sasabihin mo, let's say sa Taguig there are 200,000 families, and of the 200,000 family, 150,000 yan ay part ng 18 million families. So ang ibibigay sa amin ay 150,000 times 8,000, di ba, pesos. So pag turnover niyan, isa lang ang magte-turnover sa City Hall, for example, no? Whether Quezon City yan, Davao City, whether it's the capital in the Cordilleras or it's in Baguio City. So pagbigay sa inyo, ibibigay nyo yan dun sa rep ng barangay na taga LGU nyo, na taga ron sa barangay na yon. So for example, ako nasa barangay Bagong Bayan ako. So meron rep ang city, may rep ang barangay, may rep yung urban poor namin dito, may rep po ang kongresista, may rep po may police o militar na kasama. So ang mangyayari yan po, bahay-bahay ibibigay. Ngayon po, para hindi na humawak ng papel o ballpen, kasi pwede din mag-survive ang virus, no, ang COVID-19 sa ilang mga surface, ang recommendation namin, cellphone na lang ang pangkowa. So each house na bibigyan, kukunan na lang na inaabot at nandun yung bahay, di ba? May geotagging din naman po ang mga cellphone ngayon. So what we're proposing is bigyan nyo ng personal protective equipment yung 5 representative, from gloves, alcohol, mask, pero bibigyan din ng cellphone na which is capable of that geotagging. So bawat bahay kukunan, no? So in this manner kasi pag house to house, less ang chance na may makaligtaan. So may mga ibang nagtanong, di ba, na halimbawa katulad sa Pasig, nagbigay ng 3,000 per public utility vehicle o yung, let's say, tricycle drivers. And dito sa Taguig po, I think we're going to give 4,000 pesos. Ang sa akin po, di bali na madoble yung aid sa iba. Kasi kulang pa rin naman to sa kanilang kinikita kung normal ang buhay nila, di ba? At usually, malalaki ang pamilya ng mga to, no? So we will not, intentionally na yung iba doble yung binigyan, yung iba triple. Hindi po, ang sinasabi ko lang po, in times of national emergency, kailangan yung house to house lahat mabigyan. Ngayon kung may butas, for example, or may gap, no? Let's say yung senior citizens or PWD, or po yung mga may diabetes, heart disease, cancer, they need more resources. Bakit? They can get out of the house less eh. They're more in quarantine dahil more susceptible sila na mahawa sa COVID-19, at kung makuha yung COVID-19, mas malala yung epekto sa kanila. So magkakaroon talaga ng ilang tao that will have to have more resources than others, no? So this is a simple way, magpo-post kami kung hindi today o tomorrow ng infographics kung paano pwedeng i-distribute. Ito ay sa highly urbanized muna. Sinabi nga po ni Deputy Speaker El Rey Villafuerte na sa ibang mga lugar around the Philippines, sa ibang mga probinsya, lalo dun sa mga farming or rural communities, hiwalay-hiwalay yung mga bahay, no? But so far kasi, we're really still discouraging yung model na sila ipapatawag mo, yung beneficiary sa isang gym, because kahit sabihin mo social distancing, may interaction pa rin eh. Unlike pag binahay-bahay mo talaga, what we have to provide is transpo, food, and personal protective equipment and cellphone dun sa nagdi-deliver. Less people, will enter yung communities, and tuturuan naman po yung mga iikot ng how to be very careful para nga, di ba, ina-alcohol yung they wash their hands, alcohol, yung how to use the mask and everything, no? So as far as the distribution system is concerned po, this can be done very quickly. Ang DBM po naglabas na ng procurement guidelines during time of emergency. I was told by Congresswoman Lani kanina, naglabas na rin ang COA, And kailangan lang natin konting open-mindedness, no? Kahapon kausap ko yung director ng NCR, DSWD. Yun din ang sinabi ko na in normal times, pwede nyo insist, ang pwede lang mag-pack, empleyado nyo. In normal times, pwede nyo insist, kailangan ang truck lang ninyo. Pero now na national emergency, pag sinabi ng LGU, kami na magpapak. Pag sinabi po ng LGU, may truck naman kami, papadala, hindi natin pwedeng gutumin ang tao, no? So we're hoping everyone will adjust. And of course, we're thanking Secretary Rolly Bautista for being very open-minded. Kailangan lang talaga bumaba all the way down. Ganun din po sa DOLE, no? We're scheduling ang pag-uusap kasi we understand you want people to apply. Pero, you know, may mga health and practical consideration, eh. So I know all of these agencies simply want to get the money into the hands of people. So, as promised by the economic team na they're identifying the money. So, any time now, we're expecting na sabihan na ready na yung programa at yung pera at i-deliver na sa mga bahay. In the meantime, ang frontliners pa rin sa pagbibigay po ng relief is still the LGUs. So, like kahapon, although ayos na yung distribution system at nakita namin nila ni mismo, no? Kasi like in Pateros, when we turned over 3,500 envelopes na tig 1,000 peso, pinadala sa amin yung pictures ng mga bahay na nakatanggap, mga taong nakatanggap. In fact, yung iba hindi nakapagpigil, nagpadala pa ng video na pasalamat. And padadala din namin yun sa nag-donate, ha? Kasi donation din lang yan. Lahat tayo ngayon ay instrumento lang ng Panginoon to address all of this, no? So, dito naman sa Bagong Bayan, sa isang community, malapit lang, 5 minutes from bahay namin, binaksak namin, nakita nyo naman, nag-Facebook Live kami, di ba? Before isang tindahan, isang kalenderya na cooperative, doon namin binaksak. Marami ng pulis kasi maraming tumulong at pagbigay at saka para nga hindi maglabasan ng mga tao. So we know it can work, eh. So this is, so although we're working from home, although naka-quarantine kami, we're making calls, we're taking calls from many of the members of Congress, even some governors, mayors, asking what will happen, no? So I know we will be receiving a lot of comments na may mga technicalities, hindi ganun kadaling kunin yung cash, etc. Pero asahan nyo po na nag-e-echo sa bawat kawani ng gobyerno ang sinabi ng ating Pangulo, that sinabi niya sa mga tao, huwag kayong matakot, government is here. And we're only here if we can deliver, no? So like when I was talking to my brother here sa Taguig, ang dami talagang mga challenges nung first few days yung supply. So although may nakabangko sa syudad, hindi naman sing dami na lahat ng pamilya. Tapos nung nakakuha ng supply, syempre unahin mo yung poorest of the poor. So meron na magkakapitbahay na mas mahirap yung isa sa isa. And of course, in any calamity or any emergency, hindi naman perfect yan, eh. So may pictures ng isang bahay na mas may kaya sa isa, nabigyan din, no? But I think they finally got everything going from the supply to repacking. So for example, in Taguig, kung 100,000 families ang target na bigyan ng relief goods o ng pagkain, simple po ang formula, produce and deliver 25,000 a day, and on the 4th day, tapos ka, on the 5th day, binabalikan mo ulit yung mga unang nakakuha. Kasi 4-day food pack, no? So, kanya-kanya yung gagawin ng mga LGUs. Pero, alam namin, ang mga tindahan, sari-sari store, mga kalenderya, yung mga open pa, madaling makabili doon. That's why we want to put cash in the hands of our kababayans para mabili nila yung sarili nilang mga gamit, no? So, that's an example po. I'll give you more specifics and dun sa gusto magbasa ng slide o makita yung mga slides nung proposal na pinadala namin, give us lang this weekend, but today or tomorrow at least yung infographics if i-ano namin, no? So we're also drafting a letter ang Kongreso, tawag ko nga yung mother letter to the President and of course through to the executive branch, to the task force, no? Kung paano makakatulong ang Kongreso and to share with us if they're getting stuck in any part of the process para makatulong din kami. Let's take note po sa lahat ng nagko-comment, lahat ng nagko-complain. Welcome po ang complaints nyo, suggestion, but people are also all working hard, no? I know many of the mayors na nakikriticize ngayon sa Metro Manila, and it's not easy na isabay-sabay lahat, no? Na yung health aspect, yung pagdagdag ng beds, paghanap ng ventilators, paghanap ng additional medical staff, at the same time yung pagkain, at the same time yung finance, at the same time yung quarantine, no? But di ba, we're always reminded naman it's really not a time for excuses, it's a time to deliver, no? So that brings me to the point of communication. By now, whether you're watching any of the local channels or you're watching CNN World or BBC, Bloomberg, makikita nyo na may models na ng mga mas effective na mag-communicate. Ang isang napansin ko po, effective po talaga kung may template. At yung template na po na yan sa mga binabantayang araw-araw. So napansin ko po sa TV yesterday or the last few days, meron na rin nakatulad ng CNN na nakalagay ilan ang infected worldwide, ilan ang infected sa Pilipinas, ilan ang gumaling, ilan ang namatay, di ba? Ilan yung mga binabantayan, no? So through these templates, I think yung maraming katanungan mas masasagot. For example, kung kaharap po yung DOH ngayon, alam ko araw-araw kayo press con at briefing. And I know you have to respond to the questions of the media. But as I said, no, bagong mindset ngayon, national emergency. So if you see yung mga models na mga nagbre-brief ngayon around the world, inuunahan na nila ng mga basic na siguradong itanong. For example, I think tanong ng ating mga kababayan all around the country, do we have enough personal protective equipment for all the hospitals and mga medical centers, no? Of course, the answer right now is still no. But let's say in Metro Manila or in Region 1 or in Region 11, gaano kalaki ang shortage? How many hospitals there? Then makikita nyo po, for example, the governor of New York, no? Sinasabi nga niya that he understands that ideally and mentally, no, ang thinking ng hospitals ay way advanced. Remember, mga doktor to, mga scientist to, no? So very in advance or very scientific mag-isip tong mga to. So for example, sabihin nila na they'd rather have a month or 2 month or 3 month supplies. But at least sinasabi ni nung governor doon na there's supplies enough for whole hospitals for a few days and they're working on it. So ibig sabihin kahit paano na nadi-deliver yung message sa tao. So yung mga frequently asked questions, yung alam naman natin tinatanong parate, testing kits, di ba? Ano ba naman na everyday, sinasabi natin ano yung update, may dumadating na ba, ano yung strategy. So paulit-ulit sinasabi for example sa ibang countries na ang strategy nila, unang-unang itetest yung frontliners, lalo po yung doctors and medical staff. Second po, yung mga vulnerable. Third po, yung mga may symptoms. So, if we make templates in briefing all of this, mismo ang tao can cut through the noise, no? Kasi hindi naman po lahat nanonood ng buong briefing o hindi naman po lahat ay naintindihan yung technical. Ako mismo, nawawala ako minsan once any of the one briefing goes into the technical, di ba? That's why, let's say sa economic team, I'm confident they're identifying the funds, they have identified many, they're already giving instructions. But when we go to the technicalities, many people get lost, no? So, I hope, no, whether it's the DOH, the DSWD, di ba? Or kung sino man nagre-brief, MMDA, PNP, let's start using templates, no? Kung baga, yung form na parang i-fill up mo lang everyday dun sa pinaka tinatanong, di ba? And that would also give legislators a good point of view sa mga i-advise namin, sa mga maitutulong namin sa inyo. So kung halimbawa, sasabihin ng DTI today, kulang ng suppliers, then everyone can help to find suppliers or we can give you, for example, kaya nga sinabi namin cash muna. Kasi kung hindi makadeliver ng toneladang bigas, meron naman po sa ibang mga tindahan, cash muna ibigay sa tao, no? Or kaya nung sinabi sa amin na may konting problema sa bigas sa food packs, we told them na kami mismo mga kongresista, may contacts kami from Isabela o Nueva Ecija, pinapak na nila pag sinabi namin 5 kilos o 10 kilos, no? So all of us can help, no? By doing this, no? Diniscuss ko rin to with Mayor Lino na they're so busy working, but of course, we're not forgetting to communicate. But dun sa mga kababayan ko sa Taguig, ganun ang formula na ginawa. They're trying to produce 25,000 a day and then give it every day. So, dapat every 4 days, lahat nabigyan. On the 5th day, nabigyan uli. Remember, pag sinabi kong lahat, these are the families na nangangailangan. Hindi kasama dito po ang nasa formal sector o po yung medyo mga may kaya that can take care of themselves. Having said that, many of the LGUs, including Taguig, have put up hotlines or are taking private messages. Kung sakaling by one reason or the other nalampasan kayo or may gaps, di ba, para makasagot kayo. No? So, ito, si Pao de los Santos, relief goods daw may pinipili, cash pa kaya? Well, that's why we're preparing for 18 million people. And that's why po, pag hinaus to house po, 5 ang rep, no? May police, may homeowners association, may congressional rep, may barangay, meron pong taga-munisipyo o city hall. Pag namili pa, ewan ko na po, di ba? So I understand the distrust, I understand na sometimes nagkakamali din, di ba? But let me give you one reason ba't ang tingin ng iba pinipili sa ngayon. Because may listahan po ang mga LGUs of the poorest of the poor. So for example, kung let's say malalaki, Manila, Quezon City, kung milyon po ang pamilya na kailangan bigyan, pero sa listahan nila, let's say 300,000 o 200,000 ang poorest of the poor, yun po muna ang bibigyan kasi yun po yung talagang isang kahit isang tuka, no? So we're not arguing, everyone needs it, many people need it, no? Doon sa nasabing wala ako sa first batch, hindi ko po sinasabi na hindi nyo kailangan. Ang sinasabi ko po, nung una, yan ang problema nga dahil limited. But as the resources come out, gusto na nating lahatin, no? So doon sa 18 million Filipino families, wala dapat na hindi makatanggap doon. That's why we're proposing house to house. Kasi pag nilampasan yung bahay mo, klarong-klaro na yon na may problema at 5 naman magkakasama na magbibigay, no? And then telecommunications naman is up, madali naman tayo mag-complain kung And isa pang nagtanong paano makakarating, bakit sa Metro Manila, hindi naman po, siguro po yung balita lang kasi sa Metro Manila nanggagaling, but 8,000 is the highest, doon sa pinakamataas ang minimum wage at cost of living. Ang lowest po is 5,000 pesos. So, kumbaga, kung ang inyong minimum wage is 20% less than Metro Manila, ang makukuha nyo is 8,000 minus 20%, di ba? So, ganun po, no? Ganun po mangyayari, no? So, I hear you po. Nakikita ko naman po yung mga comments na babasa po namin. Sa lahat po ng LGUs, may nag-plead po talaga na yung goods makarating, no? But siguro yung iba po, hindi lang talaga mahilig na sa communications o i-live lahat ng kanilang ginagawa. Pero lahat po naman nakabantay, media, kongresista, executive, And I think we're doing, the government is doing what it can. So, that's why yung suggestions nyo are very valuable. Remember po, if this was a simple bagyo or halimbawa po may nasunugan, bukod sa may template na, we can bring in as many people as we want to help. But given that it's a national health emergency, we still have to maintain na hindi kumalat yung COVID-19 in making sure that yung relief will be there. Doon sa nagtanong about senior citizens, yes po, dapat po through your pension, dapat din po, we are suggesting din some senior citizen kits na may additional vitamins, alcohol mask, dahil mas vulnerable po kayo. Some of the LGUs are doing this already na inuuna po yung mga iba. Opo, 2 weeks na po. That's why din po tumutulong kami sa pagkalampag. Asahan nyo po, like ako po, I seem very calm in talking to you, but that doesn't mean po na kami nila hindi kami nangangalampag sa mga kailangan kalampagin. We're trying to be very civil at wag uminit ang ulo para sa inyo, para mas maraming makausap at matanong. So, usually, pag tumawag kami sa ahensya, galit ka agad But I'm trying the approach of asking them, what's the problem? How can we help? So, I'm really hoping that in the next few days, as we go live and we talk about the other issues and we start telling you, what to expect in 2 weeks, in 1 month, I'm hoping less na yung magte-text na yung pagkain talaga wala sila sa kanilang mga bahay. So, anyway po, yun lang ang gusto ko i-discuss sa inyo today, yung pong, well, marami po, but I know you have to listen to many people and marami din pong gagawin. So, I wanted to focus on yung suggestion po ng mga kongresista how to distribute and communication. Papasalamat po ako kay Chairman ng Ways and Means, Joey Salceda, nagpadala po siya ng proposal sa economic stimulus. Si Stella Kimbo po, isa sa unang nag-file at nagpadala din siya ng mas easy read. Si Deputy Speaker El Rey was working also with Eric Yap, who unfortunately nga got the disease, si Eric. So, El Rey is still working with me to find out itong mga second phase. Pero nandito pa tayo sa first phase, yung 275 billion, and it really focuses on health, getting the health workers what they need, and then secondly, yung 5,000 to 8,000 pesos sa ibabahay-bahay. So again, it's still National Prayer Week, so with your permission, let's end with a prayer. Lord Father God, we again humble ourselves before you, and Lord Father God, we would like to totally confess to you, Lord God, yung aming mga pagkukulang and sin. Turuan niyo po kami na mag-sorry without any buts pag may mali po kaming nagawa. We are asking, Lord, that we will have a peace of heart and mind also, Lord, and that dumating ang mga ayuda at mga pangangailangan. Bless the President, keep him safe. All the frontliners, Lord, please, if there are PPEs, we know, Lord, that there are also God's protective equipment. So, vest upon all the health workers around the world, Lord God, and all the frontliners, your protective equipment. We lift this up to you and ask you in Jesus' name. Sa mga kapatid natin Muslim, Assalamualaikum. And again po, don't hesitate mag-private message or mag-complain po pagka medyo may pagkukulang sa inyong lugar. But please also have a little bit of understanding that everyone's trying their best and really we're addressing the overwhelming situation. Pero katulad po ng sinabi ng Pangulo, huwag kayong matakot, nandito ang gobyerno. Sa awat biyaya ng Diyos po, we will not be overwhelmed. We will defeat COVID-19. God bless you. Stay safe everyone and stay home. At doon po sa quarantine strict po yan 14 days. Sa bahay lang po kayo and as isolated as possible. God bless you.